There
I
you
gave everyone double check.
No, it says stop
I
recording.
don't know.
To stop the recording.
It's something
No,
interesting.
usually.
No,
No.
because I wanted to volunteer at some point.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay.
All right. Do we all feel we've read the minutes? No, Jean's still reading?
I make a motion to accept.
Wait a minute, is she-
Jean, are you still reading?
I'm sorry, yeah.
I'm just trying to shut my phone off.
So Deb, you made the motion to accept. Can I have someone second it?
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Next on the agenda is approval of new volunteers. I'm not aware of any new volunteers.
We have the new guy.
Yeah, yeah, there's Brooke,
Mm-hmm. That's the guy.
yeah, Morrison.
Did he fill out a form?
No, he has not yet. He came once and
Hi,
then.
Mary.
Hi, Mary. And then he didn't come for 2 weeks, and then he just came last week, and I mentioned it to him. So,
His name
so
again is Brett?
his name is Brooke, Brooke Morrison.
So he has shadowed.
He has shadowed
He
twice.
has
yeah.
not been to
He has not been
to
to,
DPW.
yeah, which I can remind him. I can write to him and tell him, you know.
Okay. So.
I kind of was, when I mentioned it to him, but I was kind of interested in what you had done, if there's anything that he didn't know
Oh,
about,
good
so I was
idea.
kind of
Did
thought
you-
that.
Yeah. Did you agree, or are you okay with what?
Yeah, I like what Debbie said, but I'm saying I thought it'd be good to, like, he could be our first person, you know,
Yeah.
if there's anything that we, you know, so.
Oh,
I don't know, we're not finishing sentences here.
Oh,
I have no idea
sorry.
what you're talking about.
Oh, sorry.
So I'm asking Heather if she has communicated that with Brooke, that
Communicated what?
communicated the procedure.
Okay.
That's all.
But then you said more stuff, like,
Okay, we'll start again.
Okay.
So what she was saying is this a new volunteer procedure,
there's a new procedure.
a new procedure,
Which we're gonna finalize tonight.
right?
To
And I
volunteer.
thought Brooke would be
Oh.
the first person
Okay, that's
that,
what
I
I'm
know, I
talking
should have given you more information. That Brooke would be the first person that we, and I hadn't read all of it till now, so.
Okay.
And
Wasn't
then-
there another person?
Yes,
Yeah, she was good. I don't know her name.
Marie,
Right.
and I'm trying to think of her last name. I had all this information in the other booklet.
It's okay.
Did I-
we
did I
can-
put it? Okay, Marie, but she wasn't sure if she can do it right now anyway because her
Oh.
sister is passing. So
Oh,
she's
okay.
like, I'll let you guys know.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
And I have somebody else that wants to start. So I don't know if I give that name to you or,
Well, Jean is now the,
oh,
No,
Okay.
you're the rest of April.
which is tomorrow.
Never mind.
Tomorrow's May 1st.
May 1st tomorrow, so I'm done.
Kathleen Gadboy wants
So
to be.
Marie has not shadowed.
So
Marie
she
has-
has
Yes,
to go
Marie
to
has,
shadowing.
yes. And she was very
What?
good and
She
she
has to
got along
shadow
great
somebody, I
with,
guess.
What's your last name?
Gadboy, G-A-D,
my brain isn't working tonight after.
B-O-I-S.
Sarah.
Is she going to come this weekend?
I can ask her. She doesn't have a sticker. She doesn't live in town. She lives.
That's okay. Yeah.
So we want to include her.
Kathy
her name?
Gadboy. Kathy Gadboy.
Okay, and she wants to come shadow?
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay.
Great.
So we
What
won't-
day? Do we know day or?
No, I didn't know how the I had to
gonna
ask
talk to
Al.
her.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, I won't put her down until the next meeting when she's been through the process.
Okay.
Okay.
So does she
Good.
get, does she shadow before she goes
Yes.
into the
Yes,
process?
yeah, and that's why I asked, because if she's gonna shadow in the afternoon, you know, we're afternoon people, so I just wanted,
Okay.
let us know,
Okay.
Mary,
Okay,
whether day, morning, or,
okay.
So would someone make a motion to accept these 2 new volunteers?
I make
I-
a
okay.
Well, I don't
motion.
think we
No.
should until they filled out an
They
application.
haven't, they're not volunteers yet.
Okay.
They're
You'll
volunteers,
vote because
not even in training.
Well, they have to talk to
so-
Link.
they don't talk to Link. All
It's
they-
not Link anymore?
Well, they go
Well, we
in,
gotta talk about it, because
They don't talk to Link. All they do is fill out a form
Mhm.
that has the important information on it. And then Link asks us, do we think it's an okay person?
Okay.
There's no need to.
Also, he's changed that process, because I interviewed him.
You
Right, I did too.
Yeah.
I did too.
I didn't.
Yeah, he doesn't feel it has to
He
go
doesn't
to
wanna
that
see anybody.
unless we're really concerned with the person.
Right.
Yeah, it shouldn't be voted in.
Yeah.
The-
Yeah, really.
I just want to add a little with that, the selectmen actually did the interview, so I'm.
No, for
no,
the,
that's only for
That's
the
only for
board.
the-
Oh, the board, okay, okay,
Yeah.
not for the
okay.
volunteers.
I get it.
Speaker,
Okay, next on the
speaker?
is a motion to approve a chair for
Talking to-
May, June, and July.
This might be.
And I'd like to make a motion that Jean be the chair for May, June, and July.
Yep.
Yay.
Anyone want a second?
I second.
Look at her.
Thanks.
I just want to say one thing about that. I think it was good for the year, but if somebody wanted to volunteer for
Absolutely.
more time,
For the
it
year.
would, I find, I get, Ellie and I get the emails from the town. I don't really care, but that's because they don't know who the chair is.
Oh, okay.
And also you're
You want to do it for you?
affiliated.
That's what she said.
No, I'm just saying
She's
someone, I
not
didn't say
asking
Jean.
me.
Yeah.
You know, the select, Jeff Handler
Jeff, yeah.
is still a person.
Yep.
I think it's a little bit bothersome when every 3 months somebody calls him.
So that's what you'll have to decide in July. When you reconvene in July,
We'll have to decide.
you'll make
Okay.
that, yeah.
I just throwing my 2 cents in.
I get
I'm
it.
not voting for 3 months again.
I know.
I would
Here's
like
your-
to see it for 6 months though, because I think it's a really, really good idea for everyone to experience it, you know, so just a thought down the road, so.
Okay.
I think somebody should.
Um,
I think George should.
George, you should do it.
George, will you do it?
Look at that.
Could we nominate you? Could we nominate you?
Well, the fact that I know that you guys are meeting different days of the week, which I didn't know, like.
We
when
used to
first
meet
came in
on
this meeting,
Thursday, yeah.
Well, we
You know,
can,
We
Well,
can
no.
work it out.
Now, look, when we go for the process, maybe in July, I'll look at it,
Yeah.
you know.
when you, because
Yeah.
every July you're supposed to,
Right.
know,
Yeah.
reorganize.
I actually have to
Yeah.
learn more of the amount of times people seem to be going into the treasure chest. Like you saying, today when I came in here, somebody saying they dropped off Tuesday. Well, you know, so there must be other things going on that I absolutely don't know anything
Wait
about.
till- You'll learn,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. There's actually, I think, quite a bit to it. And as things come up, I try to jot them down, but I think there's a lot.
And you will also need a clerk
Right.
in July.
Yep.
I'll do
And
the
then-
clerk.
We were, yay, we were looking, hoping you would.
Mary will do clerk.
Thank you.
Yeah, and,
We'll-
and
we'll vote
the
in July.
handbook says that it can be shared, but I think it's good if one person.
Yeah,
does it.
I really appreciate you doing
you
that.
took the
I
notes
do.
really well.
Oh,
so-
no problem. Oh, you did? Thank you.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I felt like I
Oh,
maybe got a
God, no,
little
it's
screwed
good.
up.
I'm
but-
like, yay.
Yeah.
Is there a
I'm thrilled.
re-election for the co-chair? Or does that
That
just,
should be done in July too, yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
So in July, we're gonna, that's the time that we do make all the decisions?
Yep.
Oh, okay, I think it was June, but okay.
New fiscal year.
For the new fiscal year,
Okay.
that's what I was gonna say.
New year.
For the new fiscal year.
Okay.
I can spell.
You can, I can't?
I can.
Oh, yes.
So can I.
Yes.
Oh, so you want to do it?
No.
Next
It
on
has
the
to do with it.
agenda, steps to
I
become a
typed.
volunteer document.
And that was in the last packet. I didn't make new ones.
Okay.
Everybody should have that from last time.
Oh, well, I don't have
I
last
didn't
time's
bring
with
it
me.
last year, but that's okay.
But it
Is
will
this
be-
last time's? Wait, let me look. This could be too old. Oh, no,
Do you have it?
wait a minute. No, I just have the minutes.
Well, you know what, honey?
Chair
We
duties.
did not get that, so it's
I
gotta
have
be in
the-
here.
I
You know
have
what I mean?
chair
So-
duties.
What,
I'm fine. I can
Volunteer
listen.
process
okay.
is what we're looking
I
for.
All
don't
right.
think I have a sign, I don't know.
I'm sure we did, you know, it's,
I'm almost positive I gave that out last
Customer adding
time.
Yeah.
rows.
Okay, great.
oh, here it is. Yep, it's in here,
What's that?
right here.
What are you talking about?
This is what she wanted us to see. Right there.
Volunteer process, I don't have that. I have chair duties. That's all I have. Agenda, chair duties.
Yeah, I don't think I have it. Do I?
No,
It was,
that
let me tell you, you guys,
And that was the last meeting.
it's right, it's chair duties, the next page, was it?
Yeah, I know, I don't know.
Okay.
So is some of that published in the, on the site, like when you come here, I
Not on
could
the
see
Can I
the
see?
minutes,
Yeah.
but,
It is kept in the
See if
DPW
I
office
read it.
on her computer.
Okay.
Caitlin has a copy, and then there should be a copy in the binder.
I think I read
okay,
it
but
though.
no, the only thing that's on the site is the agenda.
Yeah,
Okay.
right.
Okay, so,
You want to speak on that document?
yeah, I mean, if we can approve it with the changes, then we can distribute it next time.
That's a good idea. Do you want to read it out loud?
Yes,
Sure.
sure. Read it
I
out
don't
loud.
remember,
Yeah.
I don't remember reading it.
Okay.
I do
Have-
think, I have a migraine, but I
Oh.
couldn't get to the prescription yet, so.
What?
I have a migraine,
So
so.
you don't want
I-
loud.
I want it read.
Oh, you
Okay.
can't
Oh,
read
okay,
it.
okay.
Okay, so this is the
Oh,
volunteer
agreed.
process. Have prospective
Just announce
volunteers
tomorrow.
pick a shift for them to shadow a volunteer to determine compatibility. This doesn't even make sense to me now, but I wrote it.
Kinda does.
If the prospective volunteer expresses interest in volunteering after shadowing, have them go to the DPW office to fill out an application. Once the application is completed, the current chair of the board can evaluate the staffing plan for openings, taking into consideration the volunteer schedule. The volunteer is given the treasure chest operational plan, guidelines, treasure chest volunteer rules of etiquette, the treasure chest volunteer best practices, and a treasure chest contact sheet. Okay. The volunteer is added to the whiteboard for the volunteered shift. The volunteer is instructed how to request a shift off on the calendar. The volunteer's info is added to the contact sheet. The volunteer is instructed how to contact the board if needed, how and who to ask questions of, and the current chair. And then I wanted to add one more thing, that the volunteer is supervised for their first several rotations to ensure success.
That makes
Because
sense.
I found that some of the volunteers are just getting thrown out there and they
Yes.
don't know what our processes are.
Yep.
Good idea.
So does this, oh, and I thought I could put in Lincoln's not involved, but I don't really have to.
No, you don't have
That's
to.
for us, okay.
And in fact, it's not an application that they're filling out. It's a
Information sheet.
personal information, you know,
All right.
how to
Mm-hmm.
reach the next, someone.
To
in-
fill out an
An information form?
Yeah,
information
Sounds
form?
good, yeah. Because they're not applying
Right.
for a position.
Right.
They're,
I thought I was when I went. Well, I did, because I was supposed to meet with Link and,
Yeah, I know
All
with
of that.
Lincoln.
okay.
But I didn't fill out anything either. I just met with Link.
mm.
We didn't fill out any
I should have Caitlin check that we have something from everybody.
for the other
Yeah.
volunteers, yeah,
Yeah.
current ones.
The
Okay.
form is confusing. It does have like a resume in the back. If you read the whole form, you're checking it, you think you have to fill the whole thing out.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, so maybe this is a time to revamp that.
I just have a quick question. If they have to go to the DPW office to fill out the application,
It's not an
should we have the applications or, okay, all right.
Yeah.
The only reason I was saying that is because if they're not giving it, they're giving it back to them though, but they're not gonna,
But we have no place to store these things
They're not
either.
giving it back to them. They keep that.
to fill out, okay, so they fill out the application?
form, and it stays with the DPW
Yeah, it
office.
stays-
That's what I was saying. That's what I was asking.
All right, so.
So can we say that that's all right?
Yep.
Yeah, can I take a
I'll
motion?
do the corrections, if I can figure it out. My computer is giving me so many
Oh,
problems.
no. I have a motion to accept the volunteer
Thank you,
process.
Heather.
I second it.
Jean, second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Um,
Good job.
Yes, thank you. The next one is the customer etiquette document, which is still,
Oh, no.
no, it's ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
I passed that out today.
Oh,
And then I
okay.
also did
You
the lockbox document.
What?
Is that a document we need to,
No, we,
well, I'd like people just to read it to make sure that it makes sense to
I
them.
only have
Okay.
2 pieces of paper, what are you talking about?
So this is the customer rules of etiquette. It looks like an email. That's the
Really?
only way I could print it.
Here, it's right here.
Here, take
There's
another
an extra.
one.
Not mine. There's an
Somebody
extra.
stole mine.
I didn't make enough
Wait a
copies.
minute, that one doesn't have it.
There's one.
This one does. No, that one.
So if you want to, yeah, read it out.
Am I missing something else?
Anybody
Okay, so
need
this
it?
is
Does
the-
everybody have it?
Yep,
I
yep.
think I
Oh, I
made
didn't
7
have the lock,
copies of
yeah, I
this.
didn't have any of
Okay.
that. Okay, got it now.
Okay, customer rules of etiquette. All customers are expected to follow Treasure Chest TC rules and practices. All customers are expected to be cordial and respectful to fellow customers. All customers are expected to be cordial and respectful to volunteers. No discrimination of any kind is tolerated. No verbal or physical abuse is tolerated towards volunteers or customers. If the situation warrants further control, the police will be called. Further remedial actions will be discussed by the board and implemented as necessary. On the day of the action, the customer may be asked to leave and will comply. If an item is taken by a customer, the item is then theirs. If there's a dispute, a volunteer may settle the dispute. All customers may speak to an inside or outside shift leader if any untoward practices are noted. The shift leader will address all concerns as they happen unless further review is needed whereby the board may become involved. It is preferential that the matter be resolved at the time of the incident. All volunteers have the capability to solve a problem at the time. The volunteer is sanctioned to call the police for any actions deemed necessary. Any actions taken by the board should be resolved at the next board meeting and the customer notified if any actions toward them are needed.
So we're gonna pass this out to,
I thought we should make 100 copies and give one to everyone.
I've tried so many times to do this brochures and they never let me.
Well, I thought, I have a couple of things I wanted to bring up under new business, and one of them addresses that.
okay.
I don't mind having multiple copies available. I don't know if 100 is necessary.
Oh, I
but-
just,
Yeah.
How about, because like I said, for years I've been trying to get a brochure so they know the time and all these kind of, but I'm wondering if we should maybe, like you said, we've got a lot more than 100 people, but maybe have these, in as a poster, in a couple
Yeah.
places within the treasure chest so
Yes.
that people,
That would be
So
good.
they're walking around and everything else,
Yeah,
but
we
this
have a
would be,
standard.
Yeah,
do it like a poster size that they could print so that they,
What
then we
do you
could
like?
point it out like
What are
we
you
do,
pointing at?
like if,
Just for curiosity, on the very first sentence,
Sure.
all customers expect to follow Treasure Chest rules and practices. Do we have rules and practices?
The
defined?
guidelines
Yeah.
are our rules.
Okay.
You agreed.
We have
You
the
signed up on
operation
Oh,
that.
no,
guidelines.
customers, I'm saying.
We're
yeah,
talking
he's
about
saying
the
the
customers.
customers,
This first line says all
to
are
follow
expected.
Treasure Chest rules and practices,
right.
which are as follows.
Yeah, there
no,
you
we don't
go.
want to put,
No,
No.
because it doesn't tell you what this
Do
is
you
it.
understand that, George?
no,
Not really.
when
Okay,
I'm referring to that, I'm referring to the operational,
The customers have to
the
know that?
operational guidelines.
The customers have to know
That's what I'm
those?
saying. There's
Those
an,
are
They're not
ours.
gonna-
No, they just
That's what I
have
mean,
to
they're
know
ours.
that we will enforce
That's
our
They
rules and
came to our treasure
regulations.
chest. This is how
okay,
we,
you're saying, I get what you're saying.
Okay,
Are they
yeah.
the
Well,
ones that
the
are
wording's a little
posted?
bit tricky, but
I'm
that's
sorry.
fine.
No,
They're not what's posted.
It doesn't.
Something's posted there.
I see what, just the stuff they can
That we
drop
can't
off.
take.
Stuff they can't take.
Oh, I thought there was a posting right on the place there that said the rules of the treasure chest.
No,
no.
Nobody, there's nothing.
Oh. Is there anything?
That's why
on-
these guys are doing it.
Is there anything on about dogs?
I
or
don't,
no?
I don't think the
No, we've
customers
already
are
talked about
expected to follow the treasure chest rules. The customers are expected,
To be aware of our rules?
no, because they not even need to be aware of those rules, because there are rules. Because if they're to be aware of, then we have to give them to them. And we're
That's
not
true.
giving them to them.
So
That's
how
right.
can
So
we word
they,
that?
right, so they're expected, all customers will be, I just have to come up with other words, because yeah, because that doesn't work. Because we're not actually giving them to them.
Right.
So they,
All
Not
customers are
expected.
expected to
No,
follow
not
the rules of the
accepted.
treasure chest,
no,
no?
But they don't, if they don't know what
Well,
they
these are the
Right.
rules,
Oh.
aren't
No.
they?
Oh, the following.
Well, that isn't
No,
how
no, we
I
have to
wrote
go.
it.
Yeah.
Okay. Because
They're-
they don't have them.
Could we say
yeah,
are expected?
customers not be, it's not to be expected. Customers will, some other words, come under the treasure chest, okay.
All customers are expected to follow these.
That's what I was
Just
saying.
rules
Well,
and
this-
practices.
but that's it, she's saying it's other stuff, not just
Yeah,
this.
but that's confusing for people.
If it's just this, then all customers expected to follow the treasure chest rules and practices, which are the
Okay,
following.
How
So
about
that's
if I
not what we're
say,
saying.
instead of customer rules of etiquette, how about, all volunteers,
No.
This is customers,
Customer
Okay.
purpose.
are aware that we have rules.
Are they aware?
That's what I'm saying.
They're not.
Right.
I mean, from a customer perspective, I mean, obviously you want to be respectful and all that, it's kind of a common thing. But
Right.
maybe from a customer, should they know that you know how you have the signs where you can only drop off certain things? I mean, if I was a customer, they need to know that. Well, you
Right.
mean I can't bring chemicals here, what the heck,
Right.
That's where I'm
That
at.
should be very clear cut,
And the
What
thing
else
is,
do they
people
need to
don't
know?
read a lot. I hate to say,
Yeah.
but they
No, they
just
won't.
like.
should I just take
simple.
the whole first sentence off?
Or
Yeah.
start with saying,
And
we
the amount
have,
of time they're allowed
we
to
have
be
rules
there.
and practices.
They don't.
Well, that's where I was going when I said
Right. Yeah.
volunteers.
Yeah,
I mean,
Yeah.
customer rules and etiquette,
That's almost enough. Then instead of the first line, customer rules of of etiquette, and get rid of the first line altogether.
Yeah.
yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
that's fine.
That's what I would do.
Good idea.
Okay,
Then I know
Because you're
to
saying the
figure out how
same
to say
thing,
it.
okay.
Yeah,
So,
so the first one, item will be.
so we'll take the first item off?
Yeah.
Okay. Did I read this? No. All customers are expected to be cordial and, no, I already
Yeah,
read
you
this.
did.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
you
read
did.
it,
Oh, okay.
and we're happy with it.
Yeah.
except
Yes,
that-
we are.
Except for that
except
first
that
one.
first.
Is there anything else
With
I
my
should?
paw
I,
print.
I'd like to add that this
my
would be
paw
great to
print on
have it in the newspaper, maybe, possibly.
What?
Or the rule, how, I've always thought it's a good idea to, or the webpage. When people look up, yeah, but what,
Yeah,
that's better
I
than
don't
doing
think
100.
there's nothing wrong with putting it on the webpage.
I think it's great.
Do you think there's anything wrong with putting it on the webpage?
No, it
No.
could go under the treasure chest webpage.
That's what I'm saying, That way you're not spending hundreds of dollars for a piece of paper. When people look up the treasure chest, they can read the rules.
Yeah.
But I also think,
I think these could be posted in
I
a
think
couple
it should
places.
be
I do
done
too.
in the poster idea,
Yeah.
Both.
like with
Right.
laminated posters
Yep,
Yeah.
affixed to the wall.
yep.
You know how when you go to the doctor's office, they have the same kind
Yes,
of
that's
thing?
what I'm trying to
Right.
create.
And I would do it in the web page too, because
Yep.
a lot of people want to know what time we're open, blah, 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 and then know those rules.
Yep, perfect.
Do you think that they will make posters for us?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah,
is
she's
there any other changes?
No, I think it's great.
All right, can I take a motion to accept the, adjusted,
Customer
Edited.
rules of etiquette.
I think,
I mean, okay. And I seconded.
George?
yep, that's it.
Okay,
All right.
thank you, Deb, that was a lot of work.
Yeah, it is. There's a
I
lot
know.
of thinking.
Okay, could we just go over the lockbox? I just want people to read it
Okay.
to see if they want
Yeah.
me to change anything. It doesn't need to be anything special. It's not under yours? Here.
Yeah, I got it. Are you gonna read it, Hen?
Oh, did you want me to?
Yeah,
read it?
yeah, it's good. Then we're all on the same page. so.
The lockbox is intended for special circumstances, emergent use only. All personnel with need to get into the treasure chest for openings, closings, or cleaning are given a key. The lockbox is used if personnel who have a key are not present for the key's use. For example, if a scheduled person is not present to open the treasure chest for normal business hours, then an alternate volunteer may request the code to the lockbox from a board member in order to open the treasure chest. And I already thought, I put all the others in caps. The same applies with closing the treasure chest as well as locking the gates. The key is always returned to the lockbox for its next use. The lockbox is not intended for drop-in visits to the treasure chest. As above, if the lockbox key is needed, the volunteer calls a board member for the code. The code is entered into the lockbox and the key is removed. The key is used to open the treasure chest and/or the gates, and the key is returned to the lockbox. The same applies to closing the treasure chest and gates. The key is always returned to the lockbox. If not, a board member is notified as to the circumstances why the key is not returned. The lockbox code is not disclosed to fellow volunteers. The lockbox code is changed as needed to keep the lockbox secure.
Good job.
Okay, so I'm on the board. If somebody asks me the code, I don't know it.
I know you don't.
Yeah.
No, we
So-
should, we should.
We should disseminate it to everyone. So it's 0227.
Are we on TV?
I'm sorry, 0227.
Yep.
That's what it is
2,
currently.
7. Okay,
And it's very easy
and we're not
to,
gonna give it to anybody.
Nope.
so I have given it to Linda
Yep.
and I've given it to Anne Marie.
Yep.
Both of them for cleaning.
Yep.
Because I don't really feel they go enough. They usually go when somebody else is there.
Right.
So
They're
that's the
used
only two
responsibly.
people.
Yeah.
And they've responsibly done
Huh?
Yes,
everything.
Yes.
yes.
And
So we
it's
just
not
need
about the
lock.
lockbox, it's about the key. The key does not come out of the lock on the gates unless you close the lock.
Well,
So that's
It's
why
good to
the
have.
key got broken.
I know.
Yeah,
they didn't
we've already
know
been
that.
over it, yeah.
Well, last weekend,
Said the code, that's embarrassing.
it doesn't matter.
Okay, okay.
Last
But-
weekend,
A
Okay.
board member was not notified, because remember,
Yeah.
half of us didn't know
They probably
why.
change it.
right,
Right,
and so we didn't even know, and
I
right.
told you.
so last weekend though, who opened
I wasn't
on
there.
Saturday in the rain?
I wasn't there.
Gretchen,
Gretchen opened. She didn't put she told me where they were and it worked out. But she didn't put the lock back on the chain.
Oh,
oh,
no.
the padlock?
Yeah, she closed it and she hooked the padlock up on top of the gates.
Oh, wow.
And luckily with the wind, they were still where she said they were. I was afraid they
Okay.
were gonna be gone. But they need to be put on, back on the chain.
Yes.
She must have had a hard time, is that what?
So-
Because that's why I knew
Do we need to put a
something was
little
wrong.
notice on the bulletin board on how to get your key out of the lock? Because I didn't know that myself, and
I
I had
know.
to always get
We
somebody
really
to go
should
and
get
get my
different
key
locks at
out.
some point with the gate ones, they're tough.
No, well,
We're used
when
to
they
it,
get
though.
tight, we just ask
Yeah, yeah,
Plus they're
Cody and
getting
he sprays
corroded.
something in them.
yeah, we're used to them.
They get rusty.
I know about them.
What was that?
I know about them.
Now you know. I know.
So is
like,
this okay
it
for
would have
the
been nice if we
lockbox?
Yes,
Yes.
great.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that's
I would've got it.
accepted.
It's not on the agenda, so I don't know if we have to vote on it. I mean, that was just a.
That's just
FYI.
a side note.
FYI.
Yeah.
So this just, I'm gonna just fix treasure board there, and then
Yeah.
I'll give you a copy to put in. This just needs to go
No,
in the
this goes to
binder.
Jean
Binder.
tonight.
Yeah.
Well, it just goes into the binder. I
Right,
wasn't
right.
pointing to you.
No, I'm
Whose
just, I
binder
know,
is
but I'm
that?
saying, this is, it's yours now,
No, why?
because it's
Because it
a
has all
treasure
this
chest.
stuff.
It's
That's
a,
the, I didn't know we had a binder.
Yeah.
It's the official binder.
I didn't know we had an
official.
official binder.
So
like
I
my
will give
binder.
this to you, Jean,
It's personal.
when it's, all I
Has
need to do is fix one
everything
thing.
you need.
Okay.
Right, next on the agenda is
One.
a vote to go to a summer schedule.
Even more,
And I don't know what that means.
even more.
The summer schedule is
there a
we
Treasure Trust
open,
credit card
Jean?
there?
That's my church's credit card, right? I can use that to get in anywhere. And I wonder if this works.
we're gonna vote to go to the
We're
summer
waiting for you.
schedule.
What, are you waiting for me for what?
Summer schedule.
Vote on the
Do you all
summer
understand
schedule.
what the summer schedule means?
You know,
I know.
You do, okay.
Right.
just gonna add a
I don't.
typo.
What does that mean?
We're open Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Oh, that,
from-
okay.
From
9 to 3.
When are we starting though? What
Memorial
date?
Day to Labor
After
Day.
Memorial Day.
No,
Or
Memorial,
with
whatever the
Memorial Day
weekend.
weekend?
Okay.
Yeah, whatever, what's the date, can someone tell me? You get your calendar.
No, I got, it's calendars in my phone.
In the meantime, can we take a vote with someone?
Well, I just want to see
We
what,
wanna see
what the date is.
How far?
So the assumption is we have resources for Friday, right?
Yeah,
We
that
have-
was what
That
we
came
said.
out
So
of
it's
the
the
last meeting,
30th,
yeah.
At the end of
31st.
it,
Because
I knew
Jane
we-
had a
Is
list of who was
30
gonna do.
Friday's what?
30th? It's the last Friday in Memorial, isn't it? Memorial
What-
Day?
So is that's Memorial Weekend, right? I
Yeah,
guess, it's-
30, 31, and June
Yeah.
1st.
okay,
Is that correct? Last
Yep.
weekend.
yep,
Mhm.
so that's when we
No,
start.
Memorial Day is the 26th.
Oh,
Okay,
On my phone, that's what it says.
is that June or May?
May
May
26th.
26th,
Yeah,
Susan's
because
birthday.
June 1st is
Oh,
the Sunday,
it's the
so
weekend
Okay,
it's
so we're
gotta
gonna
be
start
the-
that weekend
Yeah.
before.
It's the
Let's
weekend
start-
before.
So it
I mean, let's
means
start here.
That
We
Friday
would
the
be
Yeah, the
open.
23rd, right?
we'd be open on the 23rd.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yay!
Start soon.
That's soon.
And a motion,
Well,
please?
I make a motion.
Mary,
I don't know if I'm gonna
second.
Aye.
Heather, all in favor?
Hi.
All right, so May 23rd, you guys, you said?
Yep.
Yay, May 23rd.
do. Okay, I'll be around.
You won't?
I will.
Oh, good.
I'll be around that
I'm,
weekend.
yeah, well, I'm sure Mellor knows.
We gonna hang balloons on the gate or anything?
Yeah, let's have a party.
Party.
We're gonna have a cookout.
All right, the next item, Link indicated he will provide signs that will help us broadcast that we're open on Fridays.
What kind of signs?
Open on
Um,
Friday.
Plastic
Put out on
signs,
the-
metal
on the green,
signs?
Open Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
This is the treasure chest meeting?
Okay. Do you know the ZBA meets,
I'm sorry?
zoning board of appeals?
The zoning board of appeals?
No idea.
No.
Next door?
Where the,
Yeah, they may be next door and,
Thank you.
no, that would be the big.
Or it might
huge
be at 6:15.
one. Yeah, it could be.
okay.
So that,
What kind of
done. That
sign,
would-
what kind of signs?
well, I think it might be like the green sign that's out on the street.
Yeah,
He'll make something that goes over that.
because that particular sign did used to say Friday, Saturday,
You're
Sunday,
right.
Monday.
Mhm.
So that's all they do is
Cross
paint
off Monday.
it.
All right. I'm
Paint out
leaving-
Friday,
I'm
yeah,
leaving
they
it up to
blocked
him.
it out,
Yep.
paint it back.
This is-
Okay,
So in addition to that, I'd like to suggest that we go to a select board meeting and announce that it's being done.
I suggest that we don't go.
Okay, any other discussion?
For what? I didn't, wait a minute. We're going for what? I'm sorry.
I suggest that we ask for a slot at a select board meeting before Memorial Day to say that we're gonna be open Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays.
I don't think.
They
we
know
need
that, I mean,
Right.
who are we telling that to?
The people that watch the meetings.
Right.
The
People
newspapers.
that,
Advertising.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's-
That it's like,
Because if you've ever gone to that, sometime at the beginning, they'll, open it to the public, and someone from the community center will get up and say, we have this coming up. It's kind of a chance to broadcast
When are their meetings?
what's going on. The meetings are Mondays, and next one is town meeting, so it won't be this coming Monday.
so,
But I can ask for the next slot.
If you'd like to do it.
It's not
I
gonna be
mean,
Cinco de Mayo.
It won't be that, no.
People are gonna find out like,
I've been
How
telling
often do
people
they
when they
meet?
come in.
Huh?
I've been telling people that come in.
Usually about twice.
Twice a month?
But I don't go, what would I say?
We could just put, you don't think just putting the signs up, everybody that walks through that front gate, I mean, they're the
I
same
don't know.
people.
The town operates in a different way,
Yeah.
there are different people that like to hear when things are changing, and that's a
it's,
vehicle.
it's 5 minutes. It's
And-
easy.
I'm not saying it's not easy.
she just will
I'm
not
just saying
interested.
it's not necessary.
Not necessary. I
That's
think
my
it
take.
is necessary, and I think it would be in
Anybody
the
wanna vote?
I'm away.
You're not gonna be
spirit
around?
of goodwill that we,
I don't have any of that.
How about Jeff Handler? He could make.
Yeah, he can make the
mention.
announcement.
Well, Elliot, are you
I'd be
interested in
glad to
doing
do
it?
it, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying, if you're interested in doing it, I think you should, you know
Yeah, I
what I
just won't
mean?
Yeah.
be here.
But
I mean, I would appreciate if you wanted to.
you support it.
I support you to do
Okay.
it. I'm just
Yeah,
not
support
interested,
everyone.
yeah,
I
I'm
do
just
too.
not interested.
Yeah, oh, I don't have any problem with it.
No, I think it's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll ask for a slot
I'm like- Right, that's it.
and go ahead and I'll let you know
Yeah.
what's
I don't
happening.
mind coming
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
What?
They want to go, and I said,
You
that's
said you're
great.
gonna go too?
I will go too, so that.
Because
to
they're
support
interested.
Ellie.
Yeah,
It's
it's okay, whatever.
Doesn't matter.
This is how things run.
We
I
can
know.
all go, yay.
No, I think it's a good idea for people that watch the board meetings.
A
and
lot of people do.
It just
Well, they can
gets,
watch this
it
one.
just gets the treasure chest out there
Yeah.
that we're doing stuff.
Yeah.
That's all.
Stop.
Last
Come
item
on.
They own it. They
is
own
new
a lot of
stickers.
lumber now, though.
I was able to find out
What do you-
that,
what do you say?
Okay, anybody that watches this meeting? The lockbox number is being changed.
We just
we
announced
did,
it.
we can change it.
We'll change it.
That's pretty funny.
So the last item
Mary.
is,
Oh,
We
that's
should have brought
funny.
that up at the time.
Oh,
No, but
it's too
she
late.
just thought of it. That's pretty funny, actually.
No problem.
No, it's funny.
the new stickers are ready, they are gray.
Gray,
Oh.
gray.
So hard to see.
How boring.
I was asking, I was praying that they
Something
would be a
bright.
color because we miss stuff like that. you know?
And they're all online, right? You can't
And
buy
that's
them.
it.
The news came out this week that they were only gonna be
Only online.
available online. And I texted Jeff and I said, this is gonna be a challenge to us, and
Yeah.
he responded, I understand.
That's it.
So I went to the treasurer's office this morning and asked if any flyers or anything that come out, can it say
Mention
the
it,
three
yeah.
places?
Yeah.
The dump, the beach, and
And the
us.
treasure.
So they seem, because.
Oh, so there are going
So
to be
they
other
can pick it up
places.
No, no,
No.
no, but then when they go
Kind of
online to
stickers.
get it. to
You get a
free.
sticker for the dump, you get a sticker for the treasure chest, and a
And
sticker for the beach.
Beach.
When you go online.
Those are the three, so you want to encourage people to make sure they're looking that there's three places they need to buy a sticker for.
That's what I was saying. There are 3 places.
No, 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 no.
No,
There are not
people
one
personally have to
place.
buy them.
One place for 3
Online.
stickers.
Okay, so and
Three-
it's at the town hall?
No.
Or
No.
No, sorry.
Online.
Online.
Online. Okay, I'm sorry, I wasn't hearing.
Also
That's
for all that,
that's
so the
tough.
community center won't have them, you know how they normally have them.
Right.
That's
They're
what I'm
not gonna
saying.
have
That's
it.
when you
what
said
it
I was kinda
sounded
shocked
like,
because-
But I mentioned to Ellie when we were alone that I looked it up yesterday and
Yeah.
that's what I found. But when I looked it up today and clicked on beach stickers, it still said you could get them at the office downstairs.
Even today when you went online,
I went online today to see how you get beach stickers and
it still
it
said
it
it.
continued to say you could pick up
Oh, I thought you
at
said it
here.
changed.
So I thought it was very odd.
Well, when he spoke to me today at the treasurer's office, he said it's not till June 1st.
Right.
So I think,
Oh, maybe they're
Pushing-
referring to
yeah.
something
Right.
now. that
So
you-
online after June 1st is that's what I'm thinking. I
That
might
could
have been
be, yeah.
looking at old info.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, they can still buy
yeah.
the old one.
Yeah.
But, I
So
think.
clearly don't have posts at the community center that we're not giving beach stickers or anything like that, because people probably just naturally go there.
Yes.
So no, June
I
1st.
mean, we should put flyers in the library, at Shaw's,
I mean,
somehow the word has to get out, that's how you do it.
Yeah.
Because we're the ones that pay the price
Yeah.
with the
Buy your
angry.
pen.
You just should have.
Okay, open session.
Is this when I should bring up
Yep.
my 3 things?
Okay.
I just wanted to point out, because Jean said that she didn't remember about people having no stickers shouldn't drop off things. It's in the treasure chest best practices that you read like 1,000 times.
Okay,
And
that
it
is
says-
not what Link said to me.
This changed.
Well, Link had said, in my understanding, Link had said to be a little more discriminatory about people coming in. But I thought that if people were dropping off, they needed to have a sticker, and that's what it says here.
That maybe that you put it in there, but that is not what Link said to me.
Okay, but we
Link
all
did not
approved this after
distinguish.
Link had talked to you. That's what's getting me all confused.
I gotcha.
Okay, the other thing that Jean mentioned to me was nobody looks at the whiteboard.
Right.
So I want to know, do we need to keep the whiteboard? Do we need to sit at the gate is my next question, because we're basically not doing that, in my opinion. And if board members don't follow the policies, then how can we expect customers to do the right things? And again, I just want to point out, it would be nice if we could put up a sign, maybe to get people to bring stuff to the dump when they're going home, if they have a Harwich sticker, because nobody's picking up bags or anything. Do you see it?
Oh, I
Yeah,
picked
that's-
up some bags.
Keep doing it, thanks,
Yeah.
Mary.
Discretion can be used for missing or out-of-date stickers depending on the circumstances presented by the person. And then, yeah, the added sentence, cars without up-to-date stickers are not allowed to donate that day. That isn't, I don't know why I let that go by.
Yeah, you
Because that
did.
isn't, yeah, I apparently did, I'm sure I did. Because it showed me.
Yeah, because you read this like so many times for corrections.
The whiteboard you're saying, the thing that says, you know, you're not allowed to drop off
But-
like large devices, et cetera, on there.
No, whiteboard,
No,
is it?
The whiteboard is the board that has the shifts
In the
on it
kitchen.
with your name.
Under
Okay,
the
gotcha,
window.
sure.
So those were my questions, because I feel like we're getting, in my opinion, very sloppy.
yep.
And that includes the way that volunteers are, helped when they first come.
Yeah.
Because when we go in during the week, I don't appreciate turning clothes in right side out or hanging up pants that are in the box of men's t-shirts, or
Yep, a dress.
last
and-
week hanging up 50 women's t-shirts. Because when we come up with stuff, why don't we do it? And if we don't do it, then how can we expect anyone else to do it? And I just really feel, and then also my other concern is everybody makes exceptions. I have no problem with that, but then you should let somebody know. Because I was treated very, very rudely by customers last week. I don't appreciate it. It makes me feel really badly.
What
The
the-
ones that yelled at me that couldn't donate, that I said couldn't donate. And I don't appreciate it. I'm
No.
following the rules. And, it just, if we're not gonna follow the rules, and I will just tell you that as far as I was concerned, everything in that truck was junk.
Oh, that shouldn't have been taken.
Well, it wasn't taken because I made a point of saying we shouldn't be taking that. But then I was
Overruled.
no, I wasn't overruled, but I was very nastily talked to by the
Well, they
people.
do.
And the perfect response would have been, all of this over a $5 sticker fee.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to go get a sticker for $5 but want to leave all your junk here. But
I know you
I
wanna
can't
do-
think that quickly. Well, I would have said that, but I don't think that quickly.
Me either.
Because that wasn't being rude.
After the fact,
It wasn't what I would have liked to have said.
Yeah.
So those are three, so the first issue, first one is, what do we do? If someone doesn't have a sticker, we say no.
That's
Link
what's in the
did not
guidelines.
say that.
No,
That's what
he
I'm
said to
saying.
be
Discreet.
discreet.
And that's
Not
what.
discreet.
No, he had a different
Not
word, so
discreet.
okay, go
But the
ahead.
first answer has to be no, and then,
Well, the incident is,
Right,
I'll
you
tell
say
you
you
what
don't have a
happened.
sticker, you need to get a sticker.
Right,
That is what you say.
right.
Then when they say, this is my car that they loaned me because mine was in
Well,
an
I
accident.
agree with that, but
Blah,
none of
blah,
that
blah,
was
blah,
said.
But you
None
don't
of
know
that
what was said, because I'm the one who said it.
Well, okay, so
So,
that brings up my second point, is that who let them in the first place?
I did.
Obviously, no.
No,
you
nobody
weren't
was at the gate.
Who was at the gate?
Nobody.
Because if I'm at the gate and
That's
you
'cause we
drive
don't have
up and
enough
say you
staff,
want to
though.
donate and you
We
don't
don't
have a
have
sticker,
enough.
I say no.
Well,
So
all I
no
know
one
is a
was
lot
at
of
the
people, I don't know at that
Sometimes
point.
staffing is tough, it's tough.
It is,
to-
we had very little people.
Sometimes it's tough to get people
On
at
the
the
day
gate.
I don't
that
know.
it rained, we had
There-
4 people.
Well, when
I
it
don't-
rained,
No, I
it's
know.
I
ridiculous.
don't disagree with that.
Yeah.
But Sunday, we had people, and nobody wanted to go out and sit at the gate. I'm not gonna be a police person, that's
You
not my
shouldn't be.
job.
Yeah,
You
well,
shouldn't have to be.
maybe the gay thing is, we are getting to like nicer
Well,
weather.
that's it, thank you,
And-
George.
and I think
Now-
because
now
it was
we-
always cold,
that's right.
so we were very,
That's right.
people in the cold weather not go there.
Yes.
I
For whatever
agree.
reason.
So we need to
Now
be
we are in the
consistent.
warm
Right.
weather, so
All
we
right.
may
Yeah,
need
Yeah, but that
to.
And I
is,
brought that up
but that
when-
is an exception, and that's fine.
No, but I think, but my point is that people forget that it's getting warm now. You know, you get in the habit of not going out
No, I
to
think that
gate.
people,
Okay.
like I said, last weekend, the weather was very bad and
Rain
stuff.
for
And
Saturday.
I think,
I
you know.
agree on Saturday, I disagree on Sunday.
What I'm saying is, we need to talk to Link about this at some point, and I really,
What?
when the weather is absolutely horrible,
Saturday anymore.
Why
I
do
know
we
my,
need to
for
talk
myself.
to Link?
We
I
don't
would
talk
have
to
to-
Okay, we
them.
can talk to ourselves
This is
then.
our
Yeah.
decision.
Okay,
Right.
when the weather is horrible, and we've talked about this in Reunion too.
And I have been at that gate every morning, Saturday and Sunday, until at least 11 o'clock.
Yep.
And I had to give up 2 days because it was so cold out there.
It
But
was too
that's
cold, yeah.
fine,
Yeah.
that's fine.
But if you're able to do it, like I said, for myself, whether, you know.
I'm happy to do
I had a
that.
lot of heart issues last winter, and I was not gonna sit at the gate in the
But you're
freezing.
outside anyway.
No, but I'm saying I'm
That's-
willing to,
But why not, what's the difference between being outside emptying trucks and sitting at the gate?
I'm saying
You
when the
can't-
weather is
I-
good, I'm good. Okay, I don't want,
In the bad weather.
I
In
don't
the
wanna be
bad
there in the
weather.
bad weather.
But you're outside anyway.
No, but the
Right?
point is too, that when the
If
cars
other
come
people
through the
can say
gate,
they're not gonna
they
do
can't
it,
turn
then
around
I
and go
have
back.
that up.
They
Okay,
have to
don't
go
do
all
this,
the way
really,
through.
'cause-
And so the people that are, and I think Janet is great at it, if there's a car that arrives to
Yeah.
drop off, you just say, I'm sorry, no sticker.
Well, that was supposed to be the second to the gate, because I personally know that a lot of people I would say no to, they'd go around and drop off anyway, because nobody paid
Well,
attention to
you were
the
at the gate,
stickers.
the front gate.
I would be at the front gate,
Right.
tell them no.
It has
I
to be
brought
the
up the
people at the
idea
second
of
gate that
having
say no.
walkie-talkies so that we could then talk to somebody at
At the
the
other
pickup
end.
area that this person doesn't have a sticker. I know we have like 8 more minutes.
Yeah.
I talked to, like, I have Tom's text message so that I could text him and say,
Yeah.
but
It's
if you-
easy enough to just look at the front window and see if there's a sticker though.
well, that's my
But see, the-
opinion also,
the
but not
reason-
everyone does.
The reason Link told me that is because I told someone, no, they could not. Because they didn't have the
But I
correct
thought-
sticker.
but I didn't think that was
And that
dropping
person called
off.
Link, it was. And that person called Link,
And Link got back to you.
and Link got back to me, and he said,
Okay.
let's be, it's your discretion.
I,
That's what-
Listen
that
to
wasn't
the
my
story.
understanding.
I think I need to make
Listen,
a motion for, as follows. In inclement weather, we were inconsistent. Now that the weather is good.
There you go.
We need to be more consistent.
Can I just add one sentence? Can we have, like I said last winter, is there any way we could winterize that
No.
shed?
Can
No,
it leave?
I know that.
I'm sorry.
Let me finish what I'm saying. Yeah, anyway, and so I'm wondering if we should have a date to a date or something to be able to do this steadily instead of being out there in the freezing cold, you know? And in the wintertime,
Sorry.
I don't mind doing it.
Well, you don't, but other
No.
people do.
Yeah,
I think that whoever is the shift leader makes that decision on the day.
yeah.
Because Saturday, I wouldn't have sat at the gate.
No,
It was
and everybody
pouring
has said
rain.
that to me when
But
I
I
come in.
think I
Yes.
think it's on an intermittent basis.
Right.
But you have good days, and you also have people that will not go out to the gate unless you hound them.
Mhm.
And that
Wow.
should not be having to be done.
Yeah.
I mean, I got to the point where I'm signing people up, going, okay, you're out there at 1. And that's not my job. You know, who made me boss? No one.
All right, we need to vote on this.
I gotta go.
What are we
Yeah.
voting on?
In inclement weather, we were inconsistent. Now that the weather is good, we need to be more consistent.
Of course,
We need to.
we agree.
Okay.
And
so-
maybe something about checking stickers at both the what would that be, the entrance gate and the exit gate? I mean, especially if they're
Stickers
dropping
coming
off.
in and
And the
dropping
drop
off.
off.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, this is at entrance and, okay, so, can I, someone, I make the motion,
And I'll
Sure.
second it.
Mary second it, all in favor?
Yeah,
And it'll appear in the minutes
I
that way.
think I'm not sure.
Okay,
And how about the whiteboard? Because now
Yeah.
you're gonna need Friday on there somehow.
Oh, right, yep, yep.
should we keep the whiteboard going?
We can
That's
rearrange
the
it.
question.
I think we should.
oh, I think so too.
Anyone disagree?
No,
Okay, so the whiteboard,
Just have to
I
write
just
smaller.
like nobody ever looks at it, right? I'll make another category Friday, so I'll fix it,
yeah. we'll-
not to worry.
All right, so next we have to pick a meeting. Do you want to meet in June? Or wait until July when you'll reconfigure?
What?
I
We
think
just
we should
met
meet in
June.
June, even if it's just a quick meeting.
Absolutely.
Okay, a Wednesday, George?
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's good.
Wednesday, the 11th, 18th?
The 18th?
18th sound good, June 18th?
I'm gonna have to check my calendar, because Stan has a doctor's appointment.
I can, you want to get back to me?
I'll get back to you.
Okay.
My granddaughters are gonna be coming in the Cape sometime in June, and I don't know when though, so. Could be a problem.
Can you put him in the audience?
Yeah. Come watch the meeting for an hour. Granny.
Well, tentatively put down June 18th. And
I
then
put it in.
see. All right.
And we'll just make a note that we're changing the lockbox code. I'm just saying.
We said that. And then, and you will let the committee
Know what
know
it
what it
is.
is,
Yes.
just to let them know.
And I thought of that when, I was thinking that anybody should.
I know.
I was thinking it should.
I know.
All right.
I didn't.
Can I take a motion to adjourn?
Yes,
Yes.
second.
This is now yours.